Good morning. Lloyd Dussault Sr. checking in. Been a while since I've recorded anything to put on my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna do a little show and tell this morning. Let me see here. Oh, March 27th, 2019. Where's the year going? Okay. If you look at some of my other videos, you've seen where I use wedges to make different designs, and I've got a couple of them sitting on the table here, and this is one that I've been working on. And what I want to do is end up round when it's done. There, so you can see it does have some edges on it. So what I've done, and any hobbyist craftsman or whatever they are out there, is I've made a pattern that matches up. Got a little X on one end here, and then somewhere an X. There we go. Okay. Now I did all this lineup work previously, so I didn't bore anybody with the particulars of drawing it up. But anyways, once I cut it out, there's a hole in the center to put a nail in, and I'll show when I go over to the sander how this works. Now here comes the cool part of this operation, where the super glue comes in. Now what I'm going to do is I put a piece of masking tape on each piece here, and I'm going to put a drop, hopefully. I don't want to put too much. You don't need much for what I want to do. A little dot here and there. All right. And if everything works out right, I get the alignment proper in the first shot. Okay. Whoop, I gotta watch it because these things want to wiggle. Even though it's super glue, it could take a few seconds to do its thing. We don't want this to move if I can help it. Okay. I don't believe that's going to go too far now. Okay, so that's the getting it so you could send it. I sanded it all up way ahead of time, cut myself out a piece of scrap wood. And now, we're going to have to take a break for a second. When I take this over to the sander, I will turn the camera and see if I don't have an assistant. And I'll show you how it fits onto my sanding device, and hopefully we'll be around when I get done. Checking out for the moment. Well, I have turned the gain down on my camera a little bit, the volume. Anyways, this is my sanding device. Hopefully we have the whole thing in the camera view. What it does, I can slide it this way. I can actually rotate it a little bit if I have to, but keep it at 90 degrees for this, or basically 90 degrees. What I have is my nail through the center, which I super glued on. And I will tell you the story. As I showed you, I super glued it in the first part of this video, and I shut it off and got ready to sand, and lo and behold, it did not set. And I tried it again and didn't set, so I went back, got another tube of super glue, and bada bing, bada boom, it worked. So I went back, I said, no, super glue gone bad? No, I should have read it a little closer. It said it sets in 30 minutes, and so that's a pretty slow setting. So we need something closer. Anyways, getting back on track, this just slides forward. So you can slide it up against the work, up against the belt, and then you can just rotate it around and just feed it in slowly. And if all goes well, it'll end up round when I'm done. So here we go. intents and purposes, we're going to call this round. So that's what we were trying to get, and we've got it. And I'm going back to the workbench, so I'll shut the camera off and reset it. Okay, I'm back after all that readjusting and changing the angles. So we have this stuck on here, but we do want to get it off. If all goes well, it should come up. One never knows. Well, actually, it should come up. It'll take me a little play in here. We'll get the tape to come up. There, look at there. Just a little bit at a time. Hopefully we won't break it. This takes a little bit of patience here. Hopefully everything comes right up, just like I said it would. There we go. So simple as that. I'm sure you folks out there in YouTube land and could find some uses for something like this when you're working on a project or craft. So now that I have it round, what I'm going to do is stain this side. Right. I will, before I do that though, I'm going to go over to a drum sander and just kind of round out the inside. That I'm not going to show you. It's pretty simple. You're just going to run it around real quick. There's not much to get this back into a round paint. So check it out for a second. Okay, Lloyd Dussault Sr. checking in. I have a little project that I've been working on, and part of my cutting up wedges and making little patterns. So let me show you what I'm up to here. I made this piece right here, and I did the old rubbing trick on this one to put that on the wood, and when I'm done we should have something that looks like that without the corners. It's going to be fitted. Alright, now this one here, the picture is there, we just don't see it yet. That's the frame I want to put around it, so that's what we got right now. But I'm going to hopefully demonstrate how this works. Now what I've done is I've used waterborne polyurethane gloss finish. I coated the wood, sanded it, coated it, sanded it, and I may have put a third coat on this one, I'm not sure. And then when I'm ready, I take the picture that I want to transfer, which was done on a laser jet. It's a laser jet print. And then if I'm real careful and nothing bad happens, I'm trying to get some warmer water. I think the warmer water gets things going a little bit quicker here. Alright, so let's see what develops here. Anyways, the the laser printer copy that you want to stick on, what I do is I lay it down and then I put a coat of the real good wet coat of the waterborne polyurethane on it, and then you stick it down, and then you wait for it to dry. Now you can, I don't know if you can see that there's a sort of a picture in back of there, but then you have to start the slow process of rubbing. And that's not started, just started just now. Just getting there. And when it starts to go, you will see it. Okay. Now I won't run this whole thing through for you because it's going to take a time, and I really slow down towards the end to try not to damage the picture. But I'll clean this up a little bit here and give you a quick peek. Good Lord willing, when I get done, it'll kind of look like the other picture. Nice and clear. But anyways, yeah, let me just wipe that down a little bit. So. All right. That's what's hiding underneath. I got a lot of work to do to get it down. Get all that paper, or 99% of it off, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to check out now while I rub the rest of the paper off and hope that the picture stays the way I stuck it down. Signing off. Okay. I'll give you a little bit of a look at what we have here. Now it's still a little damp. It will tend to fade once it dries, but what's going to happen here is I will be varnishing it, and I'll explain the rest of the process, but we actually have a picture here that I'm fairly satisfied with. So I'm going to check out right now, let it dry up, and get ready to start varnishing it. Checking out. Well, Lloyd Dussault checking in. I have finished the transfers, and they're on display for you here. They came out quite well. I was happy with them, and I'll just bring them up so you can get a good idea. There's a nice close-up of that one, and then the back side, and this one here, and like I said, and then the back. So I haven't put any mountings on the back. They can be set up in a little display to set them up on, or they could be mounted on the wall. But anyways, that's the final product from what I've been up to on this little project. So Lloyd Dussault Sr. checking out.